Hey everybody, I hope you're doing great. This is Papa, and I was going to read you a story that we'll get to, but I want you to know that I love you very much, and I hope you're having a good day. We have a lot of wonderful grandkids, and I hope you enjoy these stories. But up in Washington, there's Lily and Levi, and then over in Saratoga Springs, there's Parker and Gemma and Lucy, and now Eva, and they call her Evie. That's your newest cousin, is doing really good, and we're glad for that. And then clear over in Puerto Rico, we have Isaac and Elise and Caleb and Laura. And who else? Who else? Janae, do you know of anybody else? Yes, it's Janae. And of course we have Davis and Sarah and Jake living near us in Gilbert. And also we went up to the cabin, and it was really nice up there, and it was nice to get the cabin doing good. I did a lot of mowing and repairs and trimming, and that's all good. We're getting ready for a little bit of rain coming our way tomorrow. And so we're excited about that because where we live, we don't get a lot of rain, so it's sort of nice. And Papa loves thunderstorms. In fact, I got a call this week from Isaac and Laura because they had a big thunderstorm in Puerto Rico, and they knew I liked thunderstorms. So they called to let me know that there was a big thunderstorm going on. So that's cool. Well, let's go ahead and get started with the story. I actually read this when we were up getting ready for Eva to be born and getting ready for her to come home from the hospital. So I read this to Gemma and Parker and Lucy, but it's called A Fish Out of Water. And it's sort of a funny story, so I thought I'd share it with all of you. This is the next inside page of the book. I've read a lot of stories to you guys, and hopefully you can remember them. I think you can remember them all, probably, but I think there's been like 20 or 30, maybe 40 stories we've done. Here's the next inside page, A Fish Out of Water. Well, let's see what happens here. "Oh my, this little fish," I said to Mr. Carp. "I want him. I like him, and he likes me. I will call him Otto." So there's the little boy, and he's pointing to the fish. And there's Mr. Carp, and the boy's saying, "That's the fish. I like him, and he likes me, and I'm going to call him Otto." So the little boy is going to want to take home the fish in that little bowl, fish bowl. And there's Mr. Carp. So let's see what happens. The boy was at a pet store. "Very well," said Mr. Carp. "Now I will tell you how to feed him." So there's Mr. Carp, and he's got the food for the fish. And look at his fingers. He's got just a little pinch he's talking about. But he's going to tell the boy how to feed his little fish. Do you see his fish in the fish bowl? Then Mr. Carp told me, "When you feed a fish, never feed him very much. Just so much and no more. Never more than just a little, or something may happen. You never know what." So he's telling him, just give him a little bit. And look at the boy. The boy's trying to do the same little pinch. Like just grab a pinch between your fingers and let that pinch, whatever can hold between your fingers, go into the fish bowl, and that'll be enough. So put your fingers into the fish food and pick up a pinch. So how much can you grab with a pinch? And whatever you can grab with a pinch, you let that go into the fish bowl. And that's all the fish needs, is just a pinch. Can you practice how you'd feed a fish? You grab it, can you see? Can you pinch? And so you'd reach in and pinch, and whatever gets caught between your fingers, you rub your fingers over the fishbowl, and it would sprinkle in, sort of like spreading salt or something. It would just spread into the fishbowl, and that's all the fish needs. And Mr. Carp said, never more than that much, or something may happen. You never know what. So, then I took Otto home and I gave him some food. I did not give him much, just one little pinch. So the boy took him home, and you can see he's putting a little bit in, and you can see his fingers. He's just putting in a pinch of food. He's really being good to do what Mr. Carp told him to do. And he's doing it just right. And so that's the food that the fish is going to get. But this did not make Otto happy. He wanted more food. He had to have more. Poor Otto. He just had to have more. So the fish quickly ate all of his food, and he kept looking at the boy like, I want more food. Please give me more food. But remember, Mr. Carp said, don't give him any more. That's how much he gets each day. And if you give him any more, something bad may happen. So let's see what happens. Oh no. Look what the boy's doing. He's pouring the whole box into the... Oh, and look at the fish. He's pouring the whole... Did he forget? It says, I knew what Mr. Carp had told me. Never feed him more than a pinch. Never more. Or something may happen. You never know what. But I gave Otto all the food in the box. Look at that. Oh, what do you think might happen? The boy wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. Mr. Carp knew what to do, and the boy didn't quite do it. Let's see what happens. Then something did happen. My little Otto began to grow. Look at the fish. Oh, look how big he is. What do you think? Uh-oh, Otto looks surprised too. And the boy looks surprised. Look how big Otto is. I saw him grow. I saw him grow and grow. Soon he was too big for his little fish bowl. Uh-oh, we have a problem. What caused the problem? Do you remember what caused the problem? Uh-oh. There was just one thing to do. I had to put Otto into a flower bowl. There, Otto, I said, this will hold you. Look what he did. He poured the fish bowl into a very big flower vase that could hold a lot of flowers and had a lot of water to keep all the flowers. So he put Otto into the flower bowl. That'll fix it. But no, the flower bowl did not hold him. Otto went right on growing. Uh-oh, look at Otto. He's filling up the flower bowl. What's the boy gonna do? What's he gonna do? And look at the eyes on Otto. I think he's a little bit scared. Uh-oh. This was not funny at all. His tail was growing right out of the top. Do you see his tail? It doesn't even fit in the water anymore. What is the boy going to do? I grabbed the flower bowl and I ran with it. Otto, I said, I know just where to put you. Then you will be all right. So there he is, running with the flower bowl and Otto in it. This would be sort of unsafe. What if he fell? Oh my gosh. I hope he's being safe because there could be water everywhere. But does the boy look a little bit worried? And does Otto look a little bit worried? They ate the whole box of fish food. Uh-oh, not just a punch. I put him in a big pot in the kitchen, but Otto was not all right. I saw him grow some more. Very soon, he was even too big for the big pot. Oh, so he poured the flour vase into the big pot, the biggest pot they had in the kitchen maybe. I don't know, but a big pot, and Otto just keeps growing. Oh no, what's the boy gonna do? Oh no, I put him in a pot after pot. He was growing so fast. Poor Otto, my poor little fish. Oh, why did I feed him so much? And look at this. They kept going through the pots and trying to figure out what pots. And finally, they kept pouring him into bigger and bigger and bigger pots. But the fish was growing faster than he could find bigger pots. But Otto could not stop growing. He was growing all the time. Every second he started getting bigger. Very soon, I ran out of pots. He had no more pots to put him in. He'd used all the pots in the kitchen. What's he gonna do? What would you do? Parker, or Laura, or Lily, what would you do? What would you do? Otto had to have water to live. There was just one thing to do, and I did it. I grabbed him, and I grabbed him by the tail. Look how big Otto is, and he's running up the stairs. And the boy is trying to think he's got to get back into water because fish need water to breathe. That's how they breathe. They're very special. They just breathe. They can't breathe regular air. They have to breathe through the water. They need water. And so I ran with him up to the tub. The tub is big. It can hold tons of water. And so he's going up the stairs. Oh, do you see the bathroom up there? He's running up the stairs. Look at that fish. I don't see how he can carry that fish. The fish must weigh more than the boy. And he's running with the fish up the stairs. What's going to happen next? Gemma, what do you think's going to happen next? Or Janae, what's going to happen? At last, there, Otto, I said, this tub holds my father. This tub holds my mother. It's going to be able to hold you. So he filled it up with water, and Otto, it doesn't totally cover Otto, but it's the most water Otto's had. Maybe they fixed it. Maybe they fixed it. Lucy, do you think they fixed it? Or Levi, what should they do next? But the tub did not hold him at all. He went right on growing. Oh, Otto, I said, what can I do now? Oh no, look at that tub. They just keep spraying the water. Oh my gosh. And Otto is just too big. Look at his eyes. He's a little bit scared. What are we gonna do? Then crash, the door went open. Crash, Otto went down. I went down too, and oh, what a ride. They had filled the whole bathroom, because the door was shut, with water, and it finally popped the door open, and there is Otto. He's much bigger than he was just a minute ago, and look at him, riding a wild ride down the stairs. Where are they going to go? What's going to happen next? Oh no, down went the water into the basement. And down went Otto too. I had to do something fast. I grabbed the phone. This is an old-fashioned phone, the kind I used to grow up with. It's a house phone, and it had a cord on it. And so he is going to use the phone to call for help. But look at Otto, and the water is going down into the basement. Oh my. Parker and Gemma and Lucy and Eva have a basement, and they know what that's like. And can you imagine filling up your upstairs bathroom full of water and then having it burst open and come all down the stairs and swimming all the way to the basement? I called a policeman. Help, help, I said. I fed my fish too much. Mr. Carp told me not to, but I did. So the boy is telling the police officer that he overfed his fish, and he did what Mr. Carp told him not to do. What? Said the policeman. Mr. Carp told you not to do that, but you did? Oh, that is too bad. I will come at once. There's the police officer. He's listening to the boy, and he's saying, oh no, we got to get on this right away. Mr. Carp told you not to, and you did it anyway. We've got to get help. We're coming right away. So I guess police are coming to the house now. Oh no, the policeman came. My fish went that way, I said. He's down in the cellar. So here comes the policeman, and the boy's saying he's down in the cellar. He's pointing to the cellar. And there's the policeman. He made it to the house. Uh-oh. The policeman ran down with me. What a fish, he said. He is much too big to keep in a cellar. We will have to get him out. Oh no, look at him. He's got a little net. He's thinking maybe I can catch him with the net. And the police officer's saying, no, he's huge. He can't even stay down here. Can you imagine all that water in your basement? Oh my, and it's still not enough to help the fish. The fish needs more water. What's going to happen? We had to work and work to get Otto out. Poor Otto. Oh, why did I feed him too much? Mr. Carp told me something would happen, and it did. Look at them. They're both working to push Otto out of the basement. And it's taking everything they can do, and maybe Otto is trying to help, but fish aren't really good when they're outside of water. They're really good when they're in water, but outside of water, they aren't too helpful. So they're having to push and push and push Otto to get him out of the basement. Now we had Otto out of the basement, but now Otto had no water at all. So they got him out. But what are they going to do? What do you think they should do? Do we need to think about this for a minute? We need a great idea. Do you have a great idea? What would you do right now with a huge fish outside, out of the water? What would you do? A fish has to have water, I said to the policeman. We must take him to water. Get help. Call for help on your radio. There's the radio in the police car. And the boy is saying, you've got to call for more help. The policeman called on the radio. Hello, we have an emergency. A fish that got fed too much is huge. We need help right now. Help, he said. A boy has fed the fish too much. He sent it to the fire department. And the fire department answered the radio, and they heard the distress. And they said, oh no, a boy has fed a fish too much? No, we will come right away. So now the fire department is coming to help, and they have big trucks. Oh my, look what's happening. Look at that truck, and they're trying to pick up Otto by its tail with the ladder. Look at that, and all the firemen, and look at the boy. Look what they're trying to do. All the firemen came, and they've got the ladder truck. The firemen came. They all helped to get Otto up. But where can we take him, I asked. Uptown, downtown, I don't know where to go. But the firemen knew what to do. Look at that. They're hauling. Oh my gosh. Otto's almost as big as their whole truck. What's going to happen? To the pool, yelled the fireman. To the pool, I yelled, and please hurry. Look at them. They're running. Oh, do you see the pool way down in the hill? And they've got a truck. Oh, and they put wheels under Otto. Do you see the wheels? So he wouldn't rub his belly. It's like he's on a skateboard. And look at that fire truck, and look at him. And the boy is probably doing something he always wanted to do, and that's ride on a fire truck. But this is an emergency, so maybe he's not enjoying it very much. And look at Otto. I think he's a little bit scared. What's going to happen? They did hurry. The fire truck with Otto came right to the pool. The fireman yelled, "Everyone get out of the pool right now. We have an emergency. A fish had too much to eat. And the fish is going in." So there they are. They drove up to the pool. They raised the ladder. And there's the pool. And they told everybody, "Get out of the pool as fast as you can." And look at the fireman. He's telling them, oh, I'm wiggling too much. There you go. The fireman's telling everybody to get out of the pool. Look at him. Here comes the fish. Whew. Let's see what happens next. Down into the pool went Otto, into the pool with a big splash. I bet he let out half the water in the pool just by falling. And look at the fireman and the rope. And even look at the little boy. Now I was happy. Now at last my Otto had water, lots of water. This is a big pool. And it was just the thing. This big pool would hold him. And look at the people waiting to see when they can go back in the pool. But Otto went right on growing. And no one wanted Otto in the pool. They did not like Otto at all. "You take that fish out of here," they yelled. They want to go back into the pool. Look at all the people started yelling. And the boy's like, "Oh no, what do I do?" And look at Otto. Look how big he is. Now he's way bigger than the fire truck. And look at all the firemen standing around. What are we going to do? Now Otto fills up the pool. And all the people are like, "We came here to play. We don't want to stay outside. We want to get back in the water." There was just one thing to do. And I did it. I ran to the phone. I called Mr. Carp. "Please, please help me," I said. I fed Otto too much. So he went to a thing called a phone booth, which is something they had when I was growing up. So when you were out walking around, there would be a phone in a little booth. And you'd go in there and you'd put money in it and you could make a phone call. And that's before we had cell phones. Cell phones didn't exist. And so you had to get to an actual phone. And so the boy called Mr. Carp. Uh-oh. And there he is talking to Mr. Carp on the phone. And he's got even more fish he could sell. But there he is talking to Mr. Carp. "Oh dear," said Mr. Carp. "So you fed him too much?" "I knew you would. I always say don't, but you boys always do." "Yes, I will come." Well, at least Mr. Carp is coming. I don't know if that'll help or not. Then Mr. Carp came. He had a black box in his hand, and he had lots of other things. Look, he brought a special trailer, and he had a black box, and look at his vest, and he's got goggles on. And he's got all kinds of weird stuff. All kinds of weird stuff. "What are you going to do, Mr. Carp?" I asked. But Mr. Carp didn't say a word. He just went right up to the pool. And there is part of Otto. And the boy's wondering, what are you going to do? He's even got swim fins on. Okay, let's see. Let's see what happens. He took his black box with him and all the other things too, and splash, he jumped right in the water with Otto. And there goes Mr. Carp. He's in the water. Oh my gosh, look how big Otto has gotten. This is an emergency. And look at all the people waiting. They want to get back in the water. This is their fun time to get at the pool. Can you imagine going to a pool and having a fish this big in there and you can just watch? That would be weird. Splash. Now Otto went down too. Uh-oh. What's happening? Somehow Mr. Carp is pulling Otto deep into the water. Uh-oh. Now Otto went down too. All I could see was his tail. I could not see Mr. Carp at all. What was going on down there? What were they doing down there in the water? Nobody knew what Mr. Carp was doing, but the water started churning and mixing, and Otto went down into the water. What's going to happen? Now, I couldn't see anything. Not Otto, not Mr. Carp, nothing at all. There's the boy, he's out on the diving board, and there's just a big whirlpool. And it looks like everything's gone. Otto's gone, Mr. Carp's gone. It's all gone, he can't see a thing. And there's some people looking too. They're trying to say, what's going on? Would I ever see Otto again? Would I see Mr. Carp again? Are they gone forever? What happened? Mr. Carp, I yelled. What are you doing? Are you all right? So the boy's yelling and yelling. I don't know if Mr. Carp or Otto could hear him. Sometimes it's hard to hear when you're underwater, but something is going on in the water. I don't know what it is. Then up jumped Mr. Carp. In his hand was a little fishbowl. Up, he came right out of the water and jumped onto the diving board. And look who's back in the little dinky fishbowl. That is Otto, and look at the boy. He's so excited. In the bowl was my Otto. Mr. Carp had made him little again. Don't ask me how I did it, said Mr. Carp, but here is your fish. So somehow, it's a miracle, we don't know how, but Mr. Carp got Otto back into the bowl and small again. And I think the little boy is pretty happy. And from now on, said Mr. Carp, please don't feed him too much. Just a little and no more. Just a little pinch. So there's Mr. Carp, and he's showing him the pinch, and he's telling the boy, do not give him too much food. Just a little, or something may happen. Well, that's the book, A Fish Out of Water. I hope you enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun little book and a lot of problems that had to be solved, but they figured it out. Well, I hope you guys have a great day, and I want you to know I love you.
I love you so much.
Have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the story. Bye-bye.